What is going on, guys? Welcome back, Commentary. If I want to dust off the video here, it's about 2 years old, actually, because I'm referring to Madden 19. But in the video, I talk about what Madden Ultimate Team should look like. And in this video, I refer to eTopps. If you're not familiar, Topps Trading Card Company used to have an app. They still kind of do, but believe it or not, a lot of people may not know this. Topps actually lost the NFL license. So they're no longer producing their eTopps cards, but they had an app. You could log in, get points, redeem them for packs, similar to Ultimate Team. Obviously, there's always people that go overboard and buy packs, but what they did a really good job of was constantly getting different designers in and making some really cool concepts for cards. So here you see like a Philip Lindsay Storm card. And I thought to myself, if you're trying to appeal to adults, then this would be a much better way to go at it, especially talk about trading card aspect. What if they went and brought in, fans' choice cards, you mix some memorabilia in on the card. They kind of do the autograph cards now as you level up, but to speak to a card collector, to speak to an older gamer, something like this, I think has some appeal. Even going back to like the throwback cards. I collected cards when I was a kid. Obviously, everybody from those days was on the juice and it's worthless, but I still have some kind of fond memories of ripping packs and chewing on stale bubblegum. I don't think it would actually change my perception of Madden Ultimate Team, but I do think if you gave me something more aligned with what historically football cards look like and represent, I might be more appealed to, look at it. But with that said, you look at what comes out today. Two things immediately strike me about this. Number one, EA has the exclusive license for a simulation football game. If you wanted to make a cartoon game, an arcade game, if you wanted to make a comic book game, you could go do that. Like, EA doesn't have that actually licensed to them. They have simulation game. And when I look at these cards, first of all, I love the concept. I really do. I love the time, the passion, the art. But I mentioned yesterday, big Creepshow fan, big Tales from the Crypt fan, not a big comic book guy, but, I definitely respect what they're going for here. It's just not appealing to me as a football fan. It's just not simulation football to me. And I think that's what I'm so taken back by. What is this direction? Like, where is the game going? And one thing that I think gets overlooked is they got a very unknown artist. In all due respect, I'm not taking anything away from this guy's talent because he clearly has some. But for a company that's making so much money, you really mean to tell me you couldn't go get an established artist to create these where maybe it would have a little bit more meaning? It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It actually reminds me when Coca-Cola had these Monsters of the Midway cards, and people either loved them or hated them. But the reality is, we're not talking about Monsters of the Midway. We're not talking about a Halloween promotion. We're talking about a simulation football game. We're talking about a lot of money here being spent on this game and packs. And for them to take a direction like this, which I'm sorry, this to me screams arcade. From the pads to the hand glowing to the flames coming out of the football, there's nothing here that I look at and say, yeah, that's going to be a simulation football game. I'm going to play this game for simulation capabilities. I'm sorry, this might as well be, if you told me without any context that this was Blitz the League and it had the NFL license, or you told me that Mutant Football got the NFL license and showed me this, I would honestly think, yeah, that's how they're going to project it. Okay. This looks like a kid's arcade football project. And yet, this is what they're selling with Madden 21, right? I always want to get them confused because they're practically the same game. More on that later. But I appreciate you guys checking this out. And I will be back in the week with more commentary.